Hey guys, on the bench today I have a Sansui stereo receiver 221. Sansui 221 on the bench. The customer, he wants me to check them over, see if there's anything wrong with them. I just did the Pioneer SA 6800 and this is the second Sansui 221. I'm going to plug it in through the dim bulb and I'm going to power this on. There's probably no relay on this. This is quite light. I don't think it's very powerful. The lamps have turned on. I have no short and I'm only using 1 to 2 volts on standby. Why don't we try this out? Put some speakers on that. There we have it. The volume is down. I'll put this on AM. There's the FM. There's the right, the left channel. Man, there's nothing wrong. Very scratchy though, but so we're gonna clean this out. Okay, so if you had a Sansui 221 at home that needs to be serviced, this could be an interesting video. We're gonna so far so good. I've got both channels working. There's a lot of scratchiness around the pots and stuff, so we're gonna need to clean that out. But we're gonna open this up and see what the inside looks like. And or if you guys are interested in buying one of these, this could be a nice little project. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this up and we're gonna do it right now. Shut this off. All right, open this up. Let's see what's inside. Yeah, very small transformer. This is probably a 12 watts per channel maybe. Does have an STK on that, so I'll bring you guys closer. Take a look at this. And there it is. Looks fairly clean. The power supply is back here and you can see the STK back there. It is the Power Pack STK 013. So there's not going to be too much to do with this. We're just going to clean this out and I'll show you. There's a volume potentiometer and the balance tremble and bass is right there, so it's very exposed to, we're able to spray some stuff on there, no issue at all. I'm going to take a look at the bottom plate here. I can take actually the bottom plate out, which I'm going to do right now. This way here we'll be able to, you know, check for soldering and stuff like that. All right, so let's take this out. Okay, bottom plate is coming off. There it is. Soldering looks really nice. That looks really nice. I am going to check some of these screws though. Yeah, they're quite loose. These screws are all loose, eh? Glad I checked them. These screws are all nice and tight now. Okay. I don't see any issues with soldering either. The soldering looks really nice. I'll put this in the wash. Soak for a little bit. There, we'll be able to clean this out. Wonder if that's a date. The code. Pretty cool. Okay. Oh, these lamps are burnt. You see that? So we'll have to change those somehow. I'm wondering if they're 8 volts or... See the lamps back here. These are 2 lamps here. They're burnt out. These are 7 volts, 3 amp. I'm wondering if 8 volts would work. I think 8 volts will work too. Okay, we got a little bit of work to do here, and first of all, I am gonna spray some stuff on here. Okay, these are all been sprayed, which is good. I'm gonna check some of these capacitors. This would be the phono section right here. Usually I check that pretty good. Let's see what the capacitor are on here. Here's one. These are just a good cap. Next to it, it's an orange one, of course. Yeah, these are really good caps. Absolutely nothing wrong with them. They can last another 10 years. So in 10 years, you're not even going to own this. Well, this is. I think there's a lamp in here, isn't there? Yes. There is a lamp. Bah. There, folks, what do you think about my lamps? I changed 3 lamps, changed those 2, and the one that was in behind this meter here. This is the strength meter for the FM.
Where stinking are rare.
50% off your new frames today.
It's amazing. Love this. These lamps have been replaced. There, I think that's good. Okay. I'm all done cleaning, changing these lamps. I've changed 3 of these lamps. They were all burnt out, so I had to change them, but it looks really nice. There's no adjustments on this receiver. There's no adjustments for if you had DC voltage. If you did have DC voltage, then you would kind of have to go back into your circuitry and check your capacitors. Capacitors, they filter out the DC voltage from your speaker terminal. So you'd kind of have to go that way if you did have DC voltage, but we're going to check if I do have DC voltage. I've got it on, my multimeter is hooked up to one of the channels right here. And power this on. And we'll check the left channel. See if I have DC voltage. Oh, put it on millivolts. Millivolts, look at that. Yep, it's powered on. I didn't think it was, but it is. Like 0.1, that's my DC voltage on the left channel. And the right channel is 0.1 millivolts. So we're good on that part. So no DC voltage. The bias cannot be set on this. I do have a STK power supply behind this heatsink. So, but I'm gonna hook this up to, let's say, the left channel, and I'm gonna bring this to AC voltage, so you guys can see I've got it hooked up to my scope as well. I'll bring my scope in vision with you guys, and you guys are asking, a lot of people are asking me, what is this setup? How do you go about to have, to see your scope and all that stuff? So your scope could hook up your probes on your scope to the speaker terminal, and it would give you the wave. But how I've got it set up is, it's going through this panel here. I have a panel here, and I'm making sure that I have the volume. Okay, so I'm going through my panel. This panel is hooked up to speaker terminal, comes here, left and the right speaker terminal, and from there it goes through an 8 ohm load for the left and the right speaker if I wanted to. Now, if I'm listening to the speakers itself, I don't need the 8 ohm load, so I have a switch here on and off. My speakers are the resistance. But when I'm not listening to the speakers, let's say I'm testing this to its maximum, I'm not going to blow everybody's eardrums off, so I want to put it on mute, and here would be my switch for muting. Okay, so you put it on mute, and for my receiver or my amplifier to be tested correctly, I need a resistance of 8 ohm load as if I had the speakers hooked up. So I can flick up my switch to 8 ohm load, and that would give me the resistance through the speakers that I need. Then I can actually test this. Okay, so all I do is I downloaded a frequency generator, which is down here, and I can set the frequency as much as I want. There's a plus and a minus. Right now I'm using 1000 hertz, which is equivalent to 1 kilohertz. Okay, whenever you're testing your amplifier, it's through 1000 hertz. Okay, So I can press this. I know that I have, just make sure that you've got your volume up on your phone. And let's check this out. Now you can hear this, but I don't want to listen to this. It's too loud. I don't like it. So I am muting this. And you can still see it through my scope, but I need to put in the 8 ohm load as if the speaker or the receivers were attached to this, okay? So I'm not going to hear the speakers, and it's going through an 8 ohm load, and from the 8 ohm load goes directly back to my scope. Okay, so that's how I test this. Now, it's back in business. I am going to test this. Now remember, this is only at 10 watts per channel, okay? So I've got it on AC voltage. I've got it at half right now. I've got 1.7 volts. That is 1.7 RMS, and you can see it on my scope as well. I've got to bring this to maybe 2 volts per division. Let's see. Nope. I'll have to go 5 volts per division. Let's see. Yeah, 5 volts is going to do me. Okay. So if you guys can see the scope, Scope, frequency. I'm bringing up, what I'm doing is, all I'm doing right now is see how powerful this is. Okay, so I can bring it up to 11.9, almost 12 RMS, but I do have distortion. So I need to kick this back to right about there. Okay, so 9.5 RMS, 9.5 on here as well, 9.43. Okay, and I do have a perfect wave, so I know I don't have distortion. Anything higher than that, I would start getting distortion. So if you add up 9.5, here, let's add this up. So 9.5 times 9.5, and I would divide that by 8 because I've got an 8 ohm load on here, equals, it's given me 11.2 watts per channel. This is only rated at 10 watts per channel. So 11.2 watts per channel with no distortion. Okay, so I'm easy, well enough to kick this back now. And this is how I test the equipment that you guys are bringing me. Every single one of them, I'm going through this. This is part of my service. So this is going to be it for this Sansui 221. I am going to put the cover back on, and if you like the video, hopefully we've learned a little bit. A lot of people are asking me, how am I testing this? And sometimes I don't have the time that I want to spend to explain everything. I just want to repair this, and I feel that I'm doing it simple enough that everybody would understand. But obviously, if you just walked into my channel, then maybe you didn't watch any of my other videos. So. But anyways, like I said, I'm all done servicing this. The lamps are really nice, and we've tested it. It's given me 11 watts per channel. If you like the video and if we've learned a little bit about it, I would appreciate your thumbs up. Send me some comments and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And we will see you in the next video.